Unmistakably, scientists saw it, rechecked. The Earth is rising, not slowly, not harmlessly, measurably, repeatedly, unmistakably. Scientists saw it, rechecked it, ran it again, same result. Something beneath Yellowstone is pushing upward, something massive, something ancient, something that was supposed to stay asleep. At first, nobody noticed because the ground didn't crack open, it didn't explode, it didn't roar, it lifted silently, millimeter by millimeter, like the land itself was breathing. Satellites orbiting hundreds of miles above Earth detected it first. Vertical deformation across the Yellowstone Plateau. A rise so subtle, no human eye could see it. Yet precise instruments couldn't ignore it. Scientists checked ground GPS stations anchored deep into rock. They showed the same thing. The crust was swelling, not randomly, in patterns. Patterns that only happen when pressure builds underground. And pressure underground usually means one thing: magma. Animals reacted before headlines ever could. Bison shifted routes, bird migrations altered, predators changed territory. Maybe coincidence, or maybe instinct, because animals often sense vibrations long before humans detect danger. Then came the tremors, tiny ones, microquakes, too small for the public to feel, but strong enough to make scientists stare at their screens longer than usual. One researcher reportedly whispered while reviewing the seismic chart, "That's not normal. Not catastrophic, not urgent, but not normal." And in volcanology, not normal is the phrase that turns curiosity into concern. Would you live near Yellowstone after hearing this? Because Yellowstone isn't just a volcano, it's a supervolcano. And supervolcanoes don't erupt like mountains. They erupt like planetary events. Miles beneath Yellowstone lies a magma system so enormous it dwarfs entire cities. It isn't one chamber, it's a stacked structure, an upper reservoir, a deeper reservoir, a mantle plume channel feeding both, a vertical engine of molten rock rising from Earth's interior. Recently, that engine showed signs of motion. Heat readings shifted, ground temperatures changed in irregular patches, hot springs surged unpredictably. Geysers altered timing patterns that had remained stable for decades. Pressure maps revealed underground zones expanding, like invisible balloons inflating beneath the crust. That only happens when something is pushing upward from below. Scientists calculated the expansion volume. The numbers stunned them. Millions of cubic meters of subsurface swelling. That isn't settling, that's force. Then it got worse. Seismic swarms began clustering beneath the caldera. Not a single quake. Hundreds. Rapid sequences, tight groupings, repeating bursts. In volcanology, that pattern has a name. Magma movement. Sensors measuring underground pressure began recording values outside predicted ranges. They replaced one instrument, same reading, recalibrated another, same reading, installed a third. Same result. That's the moment experts go quiet, because when three independent systems agree, but they're not guessing, they're reporting. Type safe if you think this is harmless, type danger. If you think this is a warning, imagine standing on a sealed lid while something beneath it slowly pushes upward. That lid is Yellowstone's crust, and the force below it isn't small. Inside scientific circles, debate intensified. Publicly, statements stayed calm. Privately, discussions sharpened. Some experts said this was normal Yellowstone behavior. The region has risen and fallen before without erupting. They're right. But others noticed something different this time. The speed, the pattern, the clustering of signals. Simulation teams ran eruption models. Most showed stabilization. Some showed pressure release, but a few showed escalation. Those were the simulations nobody wanted to present first because they didn't end well. Gas vents shifted output. Carbon dioxide increased in localized zones. Sulfur emissions spiked. These gases escape when magma releases pressure underground, like steam, leaking from a sealed container. One volcanologist described the pattern in a single, unsettling sentence. It's breathing. And if a super volcano is breathing, the next question becomes impossible to ignore. Is it waking? Officials issued carefully worded updates. No imminent eruption, no immediate threat. Monitoring continues. All true. But volcanic systems don't follow schedules. They don't send warnings. They give clues, and clues don't come with timelines. That uncertainty is what unsettles experts most. Do you think this is coincidence or something bigger? Because when Yellowstone erupts, it won't look like a normal eruption. It will look like a global event. In worst-case simulations, the first sign isn't lava, it's sound. A detonation louder than any explosion humanity has ever recorded. Then the ground fractures across miles. The crust collapses inward. A column of ash and gas launches skyward at supersonic speed, up to 30 miles high, into the stratosphere. Within hours, ash blankets multiple US states. Within days, it spreads across continents. Within weeks, it circles the planet. Flights stop worldwide as jet engines fail in ash-filled skies. Airspace closes. Silence replaces contrails. Sunlight dims. Temperatures drop because volcanic ash reflects solar radiation back into space. Scientists call it volcanic winter. Crops fail. Growing seasons shrink. Food systems strain. Markets panic. Emergency protocols activate, all from one eruption, just one. Modern civilization has never witnessed a super volcano eruption. The last Yellowstone super eruption happened 640,000 years ago. Long before cities, before agriculture, before recorded history, we've never seen one. We only see what they leave behind. And what they leave behind shows one thing clearly. They change the planet. But scientists stress a crucial truth. Warning signs do not equal eruption. Ground rise does not guarantee explosion. Seismic swarms do not promise disaster. Many volcanic systems calm down without erupting. Pressure releases, magma cools, activity fades, monitoring continues around the clock, because if something changes, they must know instantly. Recently, something did. A subtle shift in ground deformation direction. Instead of rising evenly, some regions tilted. That suggests movement, not just pressure. Movement. A deep seismic pulse was later recorded far below typical earthquake depth, near the mantle plume channel itself. Rare. Unusual, and unusual is what scientists track most carefully, because history shows major eruptions are often preceded by years of subtle signals, tiny clues, whispers beneath the surface. Right now, Yellowstone is whispering, not roaring, not exploding, just whispering. What would you do if this warning became real? There is no confirmed eruption prediction, no evacuation order, no official alarm, only observation, only data, only watchfulness, because beneath Yellowstone lies one of Earth's most powerful natural systems, dormant, silent, ancient. The satellites are still watching, the instruments are still listening, the ground is still rising. No sirens, no headlines, just numbers. And numbers don't imagine things. Somewhere beneath Yellowstone, deeper than any human has ever reached, something is moving slowly, quietly, patiently, waiting